Let me check volume. Going by yesterday's. Turn it up. There we go. So hopefully you watched yesterday's video. I think I had one comment uh, on the four platforms of YouTube that I put it on. Three sort of conspiracy. The one Bible channel, I think I had a like on two. I had one like on two separate conspiracy channels. And we know everything's a conspiracy. They're called Mystery Babylon. It's a secret. It's a mystery. And I went through, I prepped a few items for y'all, and let's just go over them. Um, I wonder how these shake out. Where did these go when I clicked them? That's a great question. So hang on a quick second, please. All right, so let's try it again, checking volume. So it was Amsterdam, the film, and here we go. The other was Barbenheimer, gives us an 818 code I'm going to show you. Then Back to the Future to Barben. Remember, 818 was the clocks, 7:53. So we're also going to look at Clocks by that famous group that did the song Clocks, Coldplay. Then the film Amsterdam, which we've shown you many times, that had all the players from No Time to Die and There's a Storm Coming, Screaming, Man, Michael Shannon, and just When We Went 88 miles per hour. Everything's on here. So let's now go and take a look and see what all we came up with. 88 miles per hour to Thursday. It's a perfect 14600 days. And remember Trump's number. Remember, he's 6 times 14 times 1946. His number is 163464. You multiply him by 2025, and you get the 3130, 146. And there's your 14600. 39 years, 11 months, 20 days. 911 is coded 391120. It's 479 months. 79 is murder. 2085 in the weeks. Remember, 285 is the address of One World Trade Tower. This is October 26, 1985, when they went 88 miles per hour. If you run it to the rising day, incredibly enough, it's 14,602. 602 is Revelation in Strong's Concordance. Goodness gracious alive. Look at Amsterdam to the rising day. 1107 days. 11:7. Revelation 11:7 is the Bible verse, the beast rising. It's 3 years, 11 days, 311 code. We remember 311 in 2020, and we know that One World Trade Tower opened on 11/3. It's the CK and the KC combination who had that event on September 10th, a big player on the stage. All they were doing was coding CKKC, the 11/3, 311 code. And then Louis CK appeared on Bill Maher on the last episode. And so that was Amsterdam. Let's go with yeah, that was just one Amsterdam. All right, next up, Back to the Future to Barbenheimer. Before we do that, let's look at Barbenheimer to the day, which is October 16th, the day that we're really looking at. It's 818 days. The 753 on the clocks song, Clocks, Coldplay. So let's see if Clocks bounces off of anything. There it is, 1117. Released on 11th of November and 17th of March. Notice they have the 1117 stacked right on top of each other, US and UK release dates. The set the 753 on the Back to the Future clocks was really 8:18 a.m. It is a well-known movie detail that the opening scene of Back to the Future, most Doc Brown's clocks show 8:53, but the actual time is 8:18. So now we're going to go back to Barbenheimer when Barbie and Oppenheimer was released 7/21, 2023. Two, and that is a takeoff of Mamma Mia being released on the same day as The Dark Knight. And remember, The Dark Knight Rises came out on the third day on 7/20, 4 years later. And Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again also came out on 7/20, 6 years after The Dark Knight Rises. But you see what they did. They put Mamma Mia's release date on July 18th with The Dark Knight, and they put Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again on July 20th, the same date as The Dark Knight Rises. Girl movie, Christopher Nolan movie. Christopher Nolan, The Dark Knight trilogy, Christopher Nolan, Oppenheimer. So Barbenheimer is what they called it, with Barbie and Oppenheimer being released on the same day. And notice 7/21 instead of 7/20. You run it to tomorrow, it's 8/18 days. Clocks, we just showed you with Coldplay, represents 11/17. It's November 11th, 2002. November 11th, 2002. So if you run it to the rising day of October 18th, which was a heavy, it was other than my son's passing, it was the highest drama day of last year. So it's 8,377 days, but more importantly, it's 11 months, 7 days. 22 years, 11 months, 7 days, 11/7, coded, Revelation 11/7, the beast rising from the pit on the day he would be spiritually rising. That's clocks. Let's go to the March 17th UK release date. March 17th, 2023. Or, excuse me, March 17th, 2003. Two two six two nine. Well, there it is, 11/78. So you have 11/7 in the weeks coded. 8251 of the days. 251 was the amount of days of the two total solars in both directions on the day of August 12th, 2022, which was the midpoint of two total solar and two total lunar eclipses. The two total lunars were 88 days in both directions. The two total solars were 251 days in both directions. And it was the day Sirius, the dog star, rose. That's one of the biggest days in the history of mankind as far as their world is concerned, and nobody spoke about it on any so-called YouTube truther channel, except ours. We were all over it. So if you look at that date of 8/12/2022 to the 10/16 date, there is the 116 code. 1,161 days. It'd be 1163 on the rising day. Remember, 163 is the first three digits of his number. 163464 is his number. It's also 38 months. Honestly, really and truly, hey, it's 451, y'all, for Fahrenheit 451. And notice it was 138 when I hit that clock. Speaking of clocks. Wow. So let's go ahead and look at all of the eclipses. Might as well. 12/4/2021. It's 14/12, 3/10/12. The hours are 33,888. Direct hit. Direct hit. When the paper airplane flew into my right eye, just for giggles, there it is. 1,399. 399 is murder in the Jewish Hebrew gematria. Direct hit. I think tomorrow's our day. Personal ciphers are lining up. Their ciphers are lining up. It's unbelievable. When I had the right eye gate, smashed my right eye, and I had blood trickling down. If y'all remember the video I showed you on that. 1269, then it'll be 1271. If you include both dates, it's pretty simple. It's 1270 days. Remember, on that day, it was Tower 1, Tower 2, Tower 7, coded 100% right there. Personal ciphers are both the midpoint of both right eye incidents that I've documented back when they took place on my channels. The midpoint is 220 of 2022. So it's 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. If you run that midpoint, there it is, Revelation 13:3. It's 1334, rising day 1336. Notice it's 3 years, 7 months, 26 days. 726 is Antichrist in the English gematria, which is 6 times English ordinal or 6 times simple gematria. Killing me. All right, so then there was a lunar. Well, don't forget my friends Anomaly and myself on 3/11/2022, 13/15. Okay. Oh, 187 weeks. There it is. Remember my friend and I's Anomaly, where that person born May 1st, 1985, turned the first 5 digits of Trump and I's combined number that does have 322 in the middle. It ends in 1968, which was the year of RFK and MLK's FAKE events, STAGED events, FAKE events, just like CK was or KC. So 187 weeks. Well, there you go. How lovely. Okay. And then the next 5 digits of Trump and I's combined number 33 days later. Yeah, that number. I turn the next 5 digits of Trump and I's combined number. We run that date. It's 183 weeks. 83 is murder. We showed you that yesterday. It's 1282 in the days. It is a palindrome. 3 years, 6 months, 3 days, 363 palindrome. Nothing spectacular. And then there was that total lunar 33 days later on May 16th. So that was coded as a big deal because that person turned the amount of days old, the first 5 digits of Trump and I's combined number. 33 days later, I turned the next 5 digits, days old of Trump and I's combined number, and 33 days after that was a total lunar eclipse. We knew the Lord had built in a cipher for us. And it's 1,249 days, 3 years, 5 months, or a perfect 41 months. Okay. Let's go the other total lunar, which was November 8th. It was election day in 2022. Also, ironically, the date of the election day in 1988, which was all about the Donnie Darko movie. So if you run this to the rising day, it is that perfect 175 for Revelation 17:5, where Mystery Babylon the Great is in all capital, each word is capitalized. That's about the only thing you get out of that, but trust me, that's enough if you understand the will of the Lord and that King James Bible and so forth. All right, now we're going to go to 2023, the total solar, which was Lily sitting inside that circle on April 20th because she delivered the flower full moon. It's 21,888 hours. That's a pretty good deal. Other than that, not seeing well, the minutes begin with 1313. But other than that, nothing spectacular. Um, and then oh, hang on a second. That was to the, sorry, that was to the rising day. So it's actually perfect. If you run it to the 116, the upside down 911, if you include both dates from that total solar of Lily sitting in there in IPEC goat, as she gets sad. And by the way, she changes at the 116 mark of IPEC goat. She begins the downward head tilt and so forth. So the total solar in 2023, which was 251 days from that midpoint of two total solars, two total lunars. If you include both dates, there it is, 9/11 days. 9/11 coded. Mind blowing. Now you run the rising day. Glad we caught that. Let's go back and make sure the 11/8 was, yeah, that's right. I changed it then. So now we're going to go to 2023, and it delivered the flower full moon, which was the lotus. So that should bounce off the rising day for us. It's 897 if you include both dates again, which we're always allowed to do. It's a palindrome 898. We know 89 is in his number in the Jewish Hebrew gematria without the middle initial and with the middle initial. It's 589 and 1189. And the 589 did come up in one of the ciphers. There it is. Yes, these were personal ciphers. Two gigantic personal ciphers. A catastrophic event took place on 12/12/2021 in my personal life that really hit the wall on that day of 8/12, that day that Sirius the Dog Star rose and was the midpoint of two total solar, two total lunars. But on 12/12/2021, which was a catastrophic day in my personal life that led to a death and led to a death within a year, not my son's death. It's that 1,404 days. 404 is revelation. 404 is revelation. There's 404 verses in the book of Revelation. My goodness gracious. If you run the event that sort of kicked off that exactly 3 years before my son's passing on 12/10/2021, if you run that to the rising day, you get 1,408, 148 coded, which is his name with the middle initial in the simple gematria. Cut to a person's birthday who was vitally part of a two-person team of that catastrophic event. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No, 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 no. This is the day that I met somebody. Yeah, I'm sorry. The day that I met somebody special in my life on 10/22/2005 to the catastrophic day of 12/12/2021, you do have his number 589 in the days, 589.5. If you run also 10/22, but 1983, a person who was born on that catastrophic or part of the two-man team of that catastrophic day, if you run them to that catastrophic day, they are a palindrome. 13,931, 13931. Same number backwards and forwards. Look at the hours. 334, comma, 334. So 334,300. Oh no, I'm sorry. It's 334, comma, 344. Optical illusion. 3 threes and 3 fours though. All right, 38 years, 1 month, 20 days. That just blows my mind. Those are tremendous personal ciphers right there. So if we go back to that and we run that 12/12/2021 to tomorrow, yeah, you get the 404 Revelation. Jeez. And you get that other person to tomorrow. They're 153.35. They'll be 153.37 in the days old. So now, when you run Back to the Future that had the 818 clocks to the Barbenheimer, which gave us the 818 days. So I should have put all that together, so I need to go back and do that. Barbenheimer to Thursday, tomorrow. It's 818 days. Now run, which 818 was the clocks in Back to the Future. Now run the Back to the Future release date of 7/3/1985 to Barbenheimer, and you have his name 138.97. 138 is his name in simple gematria. The 89 we've told you is in both of his names in the Jewish Hebrew gematria, 589 and 1189. But notice the 138 followed by the 97 in the days. The 97th verse of Revelation is Revelation 6:1, the opening of the seals. If you include both dates, then it's 138.98, which is the white horse crowning verse, or Revelation 6:2, 6:02 is Revelation. Look at the years and the days. There's no months in between. It's 38 years, 18 days. Again, 3818. So the 818 is coded again. Look at the weeks, 1985. 1985 was the year of Back to the Future to Barbenheimer. Those two movies are married to each other. You want a midpoint on it? 138.98. 6949. Let's see if we get something spectacular. It's July 12th, 2004. It's 712 combination, which is Revelation. Seven's all over Revelation. 12's number for the church, all over Revelation. With 144,000 and 24 elders and all the 12s. So let's go July 12th, 2004. Let's go July 12th, 2004, which is the midpoint. Seven, 6 days to the potential 86ing day. 186, 384 is the hours. You have the 86 and the 38. So it's 7766. 77 is all about Revelation. 66 is the book of Revelation. This is 66 book. If you run it to the rising day, it turns into 7768. Remember, 68 is his name in reverse reduction, which Antichrist is also 68 in reverse reduction. It's where he is matched as Antichrist. That is not the number of the man 666 that matches his name. That's in the Jewish Hebrew Gematria with the last name Drumpf, which was the family surname Drumpf. Based off all of this, it's now my number one high watch date. It has now moved ahead of November 7th. Let's get on with tonight's Bible study. Speaking of palindromes, let's not forget that he is a palindrome on the rising day when you include both dates, 28982. Mm, 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 mm. Absolutely blowing my mind what I'm looking at. Blowing my mind what I'm looking at. Blowing me mind what I'm looking at. I'm sure it's nothing. All right, as far as the Bible study is concerned, Daniel 2, 15 through 23. And he answered and said unto Arioch, the king's captain, why is the decree so hasty from the king? Then Arioch made the thing known to Daniel. Then Daniel went in and desired the king that he would give him the time and would show the king the interpretation. Then Daniel went into his house and made the thing known to Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, his companions, that they would desire mercies of the God of heaven concerning this secret, that Daniel and his fellows should not perish with the rest of the wise men of Babylon. Then was the secret revealed unto Daniel in a night vision. Then Daniel blessed the God of heaven. Daniel answered and said, blessed be the name of God forever and ever, for wisdom and might are his. And he changeth the times and the seasons. He removeth kings and setteth up kings. He giveth wisdom unto the wise and knowledge to them that know understanding. He revealeth the deep secret things. He knoweth what is in the darkness, and the light dwelleth with him. I thank thee and praise thee, O thou God of my fathers, who have given me wisdom and might, and has made known unto me now what we desired of thee. For thou hast now known unto us the king's matter. If you know what we've been discussing, and you know that all of these run in order per every column of my dad's old King James, all of these verses will fit all the previous studies. When we start, when we stop, that's Revelation, previous study, that ran right into Daniel's. How in the world? I don't know. If so, all praise and glory to our Lord. That's for sure. Let's continue on to John. And he said, Therefore, I said unto you, Jesus speaking, no man can come unto me except it were given unto him of my Father, no free will, just like verse 44 was. From that time, many of his disciples went back and walked no more with him. So, in other words, they didn't like that there's no way to come to him. Basically, they didn't like that there's no free will. Then Jesus said unto the 12, will ye also go away? Then Simon Peter answered him, Lord, to whom shall we go? Thou hast the words of eternal life. And we believe and are sure that thou art the Christ, the Son of the living God. Jesus answered them, have not I chosen you 12, and one of you is a devil? He spake of Judas Iscariot, the son of Simon. For he it was that should betray him, being one of the 12. Folks, written into the script, did Judas have any free will into the matter? No. Man's free will decisions are deeply satanic. It is the satanic doctrine. It's the satanic doctrine of today, along with Christmas, Easter, and all the other pagan stuff, birthdays, Halloween, you name it. I just drove by a church and they had 8,000 pumpkins laid out. Not that they're going to celebrate, quote unquote, Halloween per se, but it's their wink wink and participating in the festivities just the same. After these things, Jesus walked in Galilee, for he would not walk in Jewry, because the Jews sought to kill him. Now the Jews' feast of tabernacles was at hand. His brethren therefore said unto him, depart hence, and go into Judea, and thy disciples also may see the works that thou doest. For there is no man that doeth anything in secret, and he himself seeketh to be known openly. If thou do these things, show thyself to the world. Let me see just for a quick second here. Hang on, please. I was daydreaming about something ironic and kind of read those last verses just to read them. And then so I paused and read them in the King's English, trying to concentrate, and it was still a little difficult. So I went to the New Living, and this is what it says. But soon it was time for the Jewish festival of shelters, and Jesus' brothers said to him, leave here and go to Judea where your followers can see your miracles. You can't become famous if you hide like this. If you can do such wonderful things, show yourself to the world, for even his brothers didn't believe in him. It goes on to say, Jesus replied, now is not the right time for me to go, but you can go anytime. The world can't hate you, but it does hate me because I accuse it of doing evil. You go on, I'm not going to this festival because my time has not yet come. So very interesting there. Let's read it again. His brethren therefore said unto him, depart hence and go into Judea, that thy disciples also may see thy works that thou doest. So far, sounds like the interpretation was good. Let's go to the next verse. For there is no man that doeth anything in secret, and he himself seeketh to be known openly. If thou do these things, show thyself to the world. Very interesting. Anyway, I'm glad y'all are here. I love you very much. Ask questions anytime. That's what I'm here for.